Welcome to your Russian alphabet journey. Today, we'll learn all 33 letters of the Russian alphabet. Each letter has its own sound and story. Let's begin. The first letter is A. It sounds like A for avto, which means car. Next is B. It sounds like B for brat, which means brother. Now V. It sounds like V for voda, which means water. Here's G. It sounds like G for gorod, which means city. Next is D. It sounds like D for dom, which means house. Now E. It sounds like E for Ida, which means food. Here's Io. It sounds like yo. Io for Iolka, which means Christmas tree. Next is Zia. It sounds like Ziach for zhuk, which means beetle. Z. It sounds like Z for zont, which means umbrella. Here's I. It sounds like E. I for Emia, which means name. Next is I. It sounds like E kratkoye. I for iode, which means iodine. Now K. It sounds like Ka. K for Niga, which means book. Here's L. It sounds like ale. L for lampa, which means lamp. Next is M. It sounds like M. M for mama, which means mom. Now N. It sounds like N. N for nose, which means nose. Here's O. It sounds like O. O for ono, which means window. Next is P. It sounds like P. P for papa, which means dad. Now R. It sounds like air. R for rot, which means mouth. Here's S. It sounds like A's. S for solnce, which means sun. Next is T. It sounds like te. T for tiger, which means tiger. Now U. It sounds like U. U for utka, which means duck. Here's F. It sounds like EHF. F for phonar, which means lantern. Next is Ka. It sounds like Ka. K for kleb, which means bread. Now T's. It sounds like tse. T's for sar, which means sar. Here's ch. It sounds like che for chai, which means tea. Next is she. It sounds like sha. Sh for shkola, which means school. Now sh. It sounds like sha. Shuch for shchuka, which means pike. Here's the hard sign. It makes the previous consonant hard, like incest. Next is Y. It sounds like I. Y for sear, which means cheese. Now, the soft sign. It softens the previous consonant, like in miat. Here's E. It sounds like eh. E for echo, which means echo. Next is ayu. It sounds like U. U for yug, which means south. Finally, ya. It sounds like ya. Ya for yabloko, which means apple. Congratulations! You've just learned all 33 letters of the Russian alphabet. Practice saying each letter and word every day. The more you repeat, the better you'll remember. Subscribe for more Russian lessons and keep practicing.